here three sets of questions. Okay, so the first question has something to do with the next question. All right, and then this set of questions has something to do with the last question, because the last question, this is factorization by grouping. Okay, but before we go here, okay, so let's learn and revise some topics that we need to have before we can study, or we can learn how to factorize by grouping. So the first set of questions is just simply looking for a common factor. Okay.
Sorry, may I go to toilet first?
Okay, you can go now. Now, let's factorize each of the following expressions. So let's have letter A. So for letter A, so we have 3x squared plus 9xy. So what do you think is the common factor of this expression right here? Okay, so okay, observe the numbers first. What is HCF of 3 and 9? So basically it's 3, right? And then what else? What common factor can we put here besides 3? Now, as you can see, we have x squared and x. So we can put x here alongside with 3. But take note, which one are we supposed to use? The one with square or just simply x? In this case, remember class, that when you're looking for your common factor, look for the variable with the lowest index. Okay, lowest index. So in this case, it's just this. Okay, now if this thing here, or if this x here turns out to be x raised to, let's say, 4, so we're going to use square here. Just remember that if you have common variable, okay, your common factor should have the lowest index or lowest exponent. Okay. And how about y? Can we put y here as our common factor? Yes or no?
No.
No, right? Because your first term doesn't have any y in it, right? Only the second one. That's why it's not common. From the word, it's not common. Okay. So that means 3x is your common factor. And then what do we do next? So we draw a bracket, and then we divide each term by 3x. Okay. So 3x squared divided by 3x, what do you get? So it's simply x, right? Because look, so 3 is 3 divided by 3 is 1. X squared divided by x is 1. I mean x, just x, right? So what happened here? We simply just subtract their indices. So 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. Okay, that's what happened there. Okay, and then plus, okay, so 9xy divided by 3x. So what do you get? So 9 divided by 3 is 3. And then xy divided by x. So x gets cancelled. So what's left?
3y.
Okay, so just y. So this is your answer. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's for letter A. Okay, so class, again, we are just revising some topics or skills that we need to have before we go to factorization by grouping. All right, so let's have letter B. Okay, so for letter B, I have 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi rh. Now, can someone tell me what formula is this for? Finding for what?
I think I know this.
Hmm.
R is the radius, and this like V is 3.14.
Now, what formula is this?
22 out of 7 times radius. I don't know.
Okay. All right, now this one is looking for the surface area of cylinders. Okay. Have you had that in Sec 1? I don't think so. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's factorize this one. Okay. Now, what is common between these two terms? Hmm? All right, obviously both of them has 2. So that's common, right? What else? Both of them has pi. That's another common. And both of them has r, right? But which r are we going to use? R squared or just simply r? Okay. So we are going to use, again, the one with the lowest index, which is r. Okay, so this is 2 pi r. And then that's it. We cannot use h because the first term doesn't have h. So the 2 pi r is our common factor. So let's divide them now. So the first term divided by 2 pi r, what do you get? So 2 is cancelled, pi is cancelled, and then r squared divided by r gives you r. Okay. Now the simplest explanation here is like this: r squared divided by r, right? So you know that you have two r's, r and then r, then divided by r. So this is simply equal to 1. So that's why you only have one r, and then that's how we got r here. Okay. Now, what's next? So after this, plus, sorry, so plus, so 2 pi r h divided by 2 pi r. So 2 pi r, 2 pi
Okay,
r. So that what's left?
H.
Just h. So this is your answer. Okay, for letter B. Okay, how do we check if our answer is correct? Basically, you just need to distribute this back to the bracket. And then when your answer is this, that means you're correct. Okay. Class, this is a Sec 1 topic. Okay, actually we're learning this
Wait,
right
what?
now.
This is a Sec 1 1? This is a
Uh,
Sec 1 topic? What?
yeah. So we're just recalling this because you need this skill here before we go to the actual factorization by grouping. Okay. So let's have letter C. Okay. So for letter C, we have a squared b minus a squared b squared. Okay, so we don't have any numbers. How about a? So we can have a squared since they are the same, right? How about b? Which b are we going to use? Obviously, the one with the lowest index. So that's b. So a squared b divided by a squared b. So what do you get? Hmm?
1.
Okay, it's 1. 1 minus, so a squared b squared divided by a squared b. What do you get? So a squared is cancelled because it's 1. How about b squared divided by b?
B.
So obviously, b. Okay, that's it. So that's your answer for letter C. Okay. So do you have any question? All right. All right. I'll just answer under letter C because letter D is not. I mean, yeah, it doesn't apply to the main topic. Okay. So A, B, and C. No question, class. So in this set of questions again, we just look for the common factor. Now for letter B, again, we are looking for common factor for letter B. But this time, instead of just having 3x, 2 pi r, and a squared b, our common factor now is an expression. Okay, an expression. Let's observe letter A. Let's observe this. Okay, so you have 2b and then 5x plus 2 minus 3 and then 5x plus 2. What is the common factor between the two terms? What's common between this, the first term, and
Plus 2.
okay, that's correct. So the common thing there is 5x plus 2. Okay, both of them has 5x plus 2. So that's why, that's it. You're instead of just writing, sorry, just writing 3x or 2 pi r, this time it's an expression. Okay, it's 5x plus 2. And then, what do we do with 2b and negative 3? Okay, so this divided by this, obviously 5x plus 2 gets cancelled. So what's left? So it's 2b, right? And then minus, and then 3 times 5x plus 2 divided by 5x plus 2. So what do you get? So you obviously you cancel this because that's equal to 1. So what is left? Minus 3. So that's it. This is your answer for letter A. Do you have any question, class, for letter A? Again,
No.
your common factor here is not just 3x or 3y. It's now an expression. It's 5x plus 2. Okay. And then after that, we divide each term by 5x plus 2. So 2b times 5x plus 2 divided by this. So 5x plus 2 gets cancelled, right? So what's left? 2b. That's why you have 2b here. Okay. And then minus 3, 5x plus 2 divided by 5x plus 2. So 5x plus 2 gets cancelled. That's why you only have minus 3 over here. And then that's it. Okay. So let's have letter B. Okay, sorry. All right, so for letter B, so we have A and 2x plus 3 and then plus 2 and then 3 plus 2x. So obviously, class, these two here are basically the same, right? Because what happened here? So we just rearrange this, okay? But it's up to you, okay? It's fine if you don't rearrange, it's okay, okay? So basically, what's the common factor between these two terms? It's 2x plus 3, right? It's 2x plus 3. So that means 2x plus 3 is your common factor. And then what do we do next? We divide each term by 2x plus 3. So let's open a bracket. So a times 2x plus 3 divided by this. So what do you get? So 2x plus 3 gets cancelled. So what's left? Only a. So this is a, then plus.
Plus 2.
Okay, so plus 2. Okay. You see the pattern, class? There's a pattern, right? Alright. You just write the common and then just write a plus 2. Okay. Same with letter A. So you write the common term and then what's left? 2b minus 3. That's it. Alright, that's the pattern. There's a pattern. Alright. So how about letter C? Anyone wants to help me with letter C? I think this one is very obvious.
I know.
Alright. So what's your common factor?
So the answer is x minus y, close bracket,
Okay.
and then multiply 3c minus 3d.
Okay, very good. So you see the pattern there. Okay. So again, your common factor is x minus y. That's why you have x minus y here. And then 3c minus 3d. Okay. So that's the shortcut there.
Mr. So it's okay to like flip it like from the back to the front?
Which one? This?
The x minus y. Because like normally that's in the back, right? But it's okay to put in the front, I guess.
Oh, yes, of course, yes. Because it's a common factor, just like what we did with the previous set of questions. Okay, it's similar with this. Okay, it's fine because this is multiplication. Again, multiplication is commutative. That means whatever arrangement of numbers that you make, it will still give you the same answer. So it's same with this.
Oh, even if I put 3c minus 3d in the front, it's still the same answer, right?
Yes, oh, yes, of course. Yeah, it's still multiplication.
Okay then.
It's like having 3 times 2 is equal to 6. And then also it's the same as 2 times 3, right? So it's still 6. So same concept applies here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So so we have this set and then this set. So let's apply what we have, what we did with this one. This is the actual factorization by grouping. Okay. Now observe the question first. Okay. Now factorization by grouping applies when you have 1, 2, 3, and 4 terms in a question. Okay. Got that? All of these questions here have 4 terms. So look at letter B. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, all of the questions here has 4 terms. Okay. So let's have letter A. So for letter A, let's factorize letter A by grouping. Okay. So class, listen. The first technique here, okay, is to arrange the terms into two groups with a common factor. Okay. So what do I mean by that? So the first step here, class, okay, there's a little bit of getting used to with this kind of questions. Okay. Now, you're going to make uh, okay, two groups. Okay, two groups. That's why this is by grouping. Two groups. You have four terms here, right? Now, those groups should have something in common. Okay, what do I mean by that? They should have common factors or common numbers, common letters, okay, something like that. Okay, so for example, okay, the usual format class is this. Okay, so it's usually the first and then the second goes, and then the third and the fourth term goes together. Okay, it's the usual, but sometimes in other questions they jumble this. Okay, but okay, for our first question, okay, the format is always like that. So the first and then the second, and then the third and the fourth. Now, in the case of there's nothing in common between the first and the second, and then the third and the fourth, you should jumble them. Okay. Now, in this case, look at the first and then the second term. Okay, let me write that. So ax minus bx plus 2ay minus 2by. So this is by grouping. That's why we are grouping them now. Okay. Now, again, remember that these groups should have something in common, or they should have a common factor. Okay, look at the first group. Both of them has what? Both of them has
X,
x, right? And then look at the second group. Okay,
Y,
the second group has both 2
2Y, 2 and Y.
and y, right? So that's it. Okay, so that's the first step. Okay, and then the next step, just like what we did with the previous questions, okay, previous set of questions. Okay, look at those groups. Okay, let's look at the first group. Okay, we look for common factor. What's the common factor on the first group? What's common? What's common in the first group? Okay, both of them has x, right? So you write x in front, right? Okay, we're just looking at the first group. Okay, this one, and then both of them has x. That's why you put x in front, and then just like what we did before, so bracket and then ax divided by
So A
x.
minus.
Yeah, a minus b, correct. Okay, that's it. Okay, you got that? Sec 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so a minus b. So again, ax divided by x, so a. And then minus bx divided by x, so x gets cancelled. What's left? It's minus b. Okay, that's correct. And then we look now at the second group. So we just do the same with the second group. So plus, okay, so look at the second group. What's common between these two terms here?
A Y.
Only y? How
Y,
about 2?
Oh yeah, and 2.
Okay, so it's 2y, right? So it's 2y.
A minus B.
Okay, so this is what?
A, 2A,
So
2Y,
this is a
minus B.
A minus B.
again, right? So a minus b again. Okay, so we are now here, right? So look at this one. Okay, what's now common between these two terms? What's common?
The A and B.
Yeah, the a minus b, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So the a minus b is the common factor. Okay, so we have a minus b, and then what's the other bracket? What's inside the other bracket? So if a minus b is common, okay, so that's it. So x plus 2y. Where did it come from? From here, x plus 2y. Okay. All right, so this is your answer. Yeah, this is factorization by grouping. Okay. So a minus b, and then x plus 2y. Okay, so again, class, first step, is to group them, okay, according to their common factor. They should have a common factor, just like this 2 and this 2 right here, okay? So the first group has x, or their common factor is x. And then the second group has 2y as their common factor. Okay, so for the next step, uh, we look for the common factor, which is x, and then divide each term by x. That's how I got a minus b. And then same with the second group. So common is 2y, and then divide them, you get a minus b. And then the last step is to just write the common factor, which is a minus b, and what's left? X plus 2y in another bracket. So this is it. Okay, so this is your answer. Okay, so this is factorization by grouping. Okay, let's have another example. So let's have 6ax plus 12by plus 12bx plus 8ay. All right, so
Mr. Question.
yes.
Since it says 6ax, right, and there's 8ay in the back, is it okay if we bring the one from the front with the back?
Yes, of
That's
course.
okay, right?
Yes. Yes, you can jumble them as long as they have something in common. Okay, as long as they have a common factor. Because, okay, I see what you saw there. Okay, so
Yeah.
you chose this and this, right? Because
Yeah.
both of them has a. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go there. Okay, so let's group them. Okay, so we have 6ax and then plus 8ay. Okay. All right. So what's left? Basically, there's 2, right? Okay, but class, remember, you also need to consider the second group, because if the second group doesn't have anything in common between them, you need to mix your, find for another combination, right? So in this case, so both of this has what? B, and 9 and 12 are divisible by a certain number, right? Now, class, it can also be just numbers, okay? But because sometimes, for example, 12 and 9 are divisible by 3, right? So that's a common, okay? But in this case, they have b and b. Okay, so let's write them now. So plus, so 12by plus 9bx. Okay, and then what's the next step again? So the next step is to look at the first group and look for a common factor. Okay, so since we have numbers, okay, what's the HCF of 6 and 8?
2a.
2.
2,
2a.
right? Okay, 2. And then how about the variables? Do we have a
A.
common variable, which is a,
A.
right?
A.
X plus
Okay.
y.
So what do you get? 6ax divided by 2a.
X, oh yeah.
X
3x
plus y.
What x plus y? What happened to 6 divided by 2?
3y. 3x
Oh
Okay.
yeah, 3x.
3x
plus y.
plus 4y. Okay. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and then ay divided by a, so just y. Okay. Don't forget the
Forgot
numbers.
about
Okay.
that.
All right. So let's continue with the second group. So what's common between this two here? 12by and 9bx.
Oh,
All right. So we have numbers. So we have to find the HCF of 9
divided
and
by
12.
3.
3.
3.
Divided by 3. How about a common variable?
B. 3b.
B.
Right, b. Okay, let's divide them now.
4y
4y plus
plus
3.
3x.
Plus,
3x.
3x.
okay, 3x, right? So 9 divided by 3 is 3, and then we have x. Okay, so 3x. Okay, so what's common between this now? So after we've done.
3x plus 4y.
Okay, so 3x plus 4y is your common factor. Okay, do you have any question? None, right?
No.
All right, so even though this 2 are switch on this part, it's okay. Okay, So again, our common factor is 3x plus 4y. And then, how about for the next bracket? What do we put inside?
2a plus 3b.
2a plus 3b. Okay. Actually, that's the shortcut. 2a plus 3b. So that's it. That's your answer. Okay. So 3x plus 4y, and then 2a plus 3b. Okay. Maybe let's have. Okay, let's have letter C. Do you have any question with A and B? None? Okay, none so far. Let's have letter C and letter D. Alright, wait. Okay, I ran out of space. Okay, wait, yeah. I'll just write the questions. So this is okay. So let's have our last two examples. The later you try it. Okay, so let's have a letter C. Okay, so for letter C, first step is to arrange this into two groups. Okay, so how do you want them to be grouped? How do you want them to be grouped? Okay, we
X
can just
with
go
X.
with the first pair and then the second pair, right? Because the first pair has X and X, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the second pair or the second group has
X and
3
Y.
and 3.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, 3.
Okay. Again, so the first group. Okay, so I'll be grouping them by the first pair and then the second pair. So that's your groups. So we have x squared plus xy minus 3x, okay, plus 3y. Okay, question. Why is this plus? This was minus, right?
Because there's negative.
Yeah,
Because there's
negative.
a negative in, this is a bracket, right? And then you have the
Yeah.
negative here.
So
Remember
there's
that
negative.
if you distribute this should be the answer, right?
Yeah.
So it's like the reverse. So this divided by this.
So we're
is
doing it reversely for the question. We're just reversing what it's.
Yeah. Yes. So that's why this is positive. Okay, take note of that. Okay, because when you distribute negative times positive, you will get this negative 3y. Okay, so let's continue now. Okay, so what's okay? Looking at the first group, which is what's your common factor here?
X.
X, right? So just x. Okay, again, since we have x and x squared, we always use the one with the lowest index. Okay,
Oh, okay.
and then so what is your answer?
X
So
plus
x squared.
y.
Okay, so it's simply x
Plus
plus
Y.
y, right? So x squared divided by x is x. Xy divided by x is y. And then minus. Okay,
Minus
what's common between these two?
3.
Okay, 3. Sorry, 3. So what do we do next?
X plus
X
y.
plus Y.
Okay, so 3x divided by 3 is x and then plus
3. Y divided by
1.
3 is Y.
Okay. So what's common now between this?
X and 3.
Okay, so common is what? What's the
X
common
and
here?
3. Wait, no,
No, we
there's
look for
X
the
and Y.
common first. X plus y, right?
Yeah.
Both of them has x plus y. So we write x plus y first. Okay, and then what's on the next bracket?
X plus Y.
X minus 3y. X minus 3, I mean. X minus 3.
X minus 3. That's it. So that's your answer. Okay. So x minus 3 and then x plus y. Okay. Okay, so let's
Mister,
let, yes.
I actually had a question, but now I forgot.
What was that?
Um,
This one?
not so sure. No, it's not. It's not that. I think it was something else. I was like waiting for you to finish the discussion, but now I forgot. So I'll just ask you later.
Okay. So we're down to the last example actually. Okay. So again, class, so you're given this, and then it's up to you how you want them to be grouped. Okay. You can use any combinations. It will still give you the same answer. Okay. So someone might pair the first one to the third one. It's fine because both of them has x, and you will still end up with the final answer. Okay. Because here, what we did here, we just paired them. The first group is the first and then the second one. And then the second group is the third and the fourth one. Okay, but you can mix and match them. As long as they have a common factor, that's fine. Okay, so that's it. So again, group them. Okay, but those groups has something, I mean, they should have a common factor. So in this case, the first group has x as their common factor. And then dividing this expression by x, you will get x plus y. And then 3x plus 3y, their common factor is obviously number 3. And then dividing this expression by 3, you'll get x plus y. And then the next step is to look at the whole equation. What's common between this whole equation? Obviously, it's x plus y. So that is your first factor. And then what do we write in the second one? So it's just simply x minus 3. So we just write what's left. Okay, because we have written x plus y, and then what's left is x minus 3. Okay, and then take note, be careful with your signs. Okay, this is positive because I like you think in reverse. When you distribute this, you're supposed to get this. Okay, because this is factorization. Okay, it's like thinking a little bit backwards. Okay, so 3x and then 3y. Okay, so let's have our last example. Okay, this one, it has additional step. Okay, because okay, it has something to do with the signs. Okay, a plus and minus. Okay, so anyway, first step again is to group them, right? Group them. Okay, so I can group them. Okay, the first pair can be the first group, and then the second pair can be the next group. Okay, now looking at the second pair, okay, what is their common factor between 10 and 4? Hmm?
10 and 4?
Yeah, what's common between 10 and 4x? Because 10 and
2
is
divided by
divisible
2.
by
2.
2. That's a
2.
common
2.
factor. Okay, so even though this,
Wait, that counts?
yes, of course that counts. That's still common to both of them. Okay, it doesn't have to be just letters. Okay, even numbers. I mean, the HCF of these two numbers also counts. Okay, so let's pair them. Okay, so I have 6xy minus 15y. So that's my first group, plus 10 minus 4x.
4x.
Okay, so that's the second group. Now looking at the first group, what's common between, okay, look at the number 6 and 15. What's your HCF? 6 and 15. A number that can divide 6
3.
and 15. Okay, 3. Okay, 3 and
3y.
okay, 3y. And then let's divide the expression by 3y. So 6xy divided by 3y. What do you get? 6 divided by
2x minus 5.
okay, very good. That's it. So 2x minus 5. So this is 2x minus 5. Okay, y minus 5 because 15y divided by 3y will give you 5. 15 divided by 3 is 5, and then y is like cancelled out. Okay. And then look at the second group now. So what's common between 10 and -4?
2.
Yeah, 2. The factors are 2, 2 for 10 and 2 for. So
So what's
5 minus 2x.
5 minus 2x.
2x.
Okay. All right, but look, there's a slight problem. Okay. This 2 here should be the same, right?
Yeah, but it's different.
But it's different, like they have the same term but different signs.
Position.
Okay, so not only position but their signs are different.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is positive 2x, this is a negative 2x. Okay.
So it will become
what do we
positive.
do? What should we do with 2 here? Should we factor out 2 or -2 to make this positive 2x?
-2.
Okay, so we tweak it a little bit. So we change 2 here. Instead of +2, let's make this -2. Because again, this 2 here should be the same. Same sign and same terms. Okay, so did you guys follow that one?
Yeah.
Wait, can you repeat that again, please?
All right, so again, so 2x minus 5 is different from 5 minus 2x, right? Okay, because this is positive 2x and then this is a negative 2x. That means it's not common. It's not common, right? They're different. And then this is -5 and this is +5. So it's not common, right? So what do we do? What should we do with the second group to make it the same with this? So make 2x here positive 2x and then make 5 here -5. Because we factored out +2, right? From this. Okay. So do you think we should just factor out -2 instead of +2? To make this 2 here the same. Okay, so that's what should we do. Okay, so instead of factoring out +2, I'll make this, okay, I'll make this -2. Okay, so that's what I did. So from +2 it became -2. Now let me erase this. Okay, now let's divide this term again by -2 this time. Let's see if we can get the same terms like this. So 10 minus 4x. So what do we get? So 10 divided by -2 gives
-5.
you -5. And then -4x divided by -2, you'll get
x
plus 2x. Okay, now
same.
they are now the same. Okay, they are now the same. Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
I
understand.
see.
Yeah, I
Okay.
understand.
Okay. Because both of them are now positive and both of this 5 is now negative. That's why they're the same now. Okay. So that means we can now factor out 2x minus 5. Okay, that's it. That's what I'm trying to point out there. Okay, they should be the same. Okay, including the signs. Okay, so that's it. And then, so what's your answer? So we have 2x minus 5, which is common. And then what's on the other bracket?
3y minus 2.
3y minus 2. And then that's it. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay.